I am a fan of both Mad Max and Berserk, so I definitely appreciate forearm-mounted crossbows. Pew, 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 pew. However, I don't know of any instances where they were used historically, and I personally think that they would be a pretty bad idea for pretty much two reasons. The first is safety. With pretty much any projectile weapon, firearms, bows, crossbows, spear guns, slingshots, they tell you not to point it at anything that you don't want that projectile to go into. And with a hand crossbow, that would be really difficult to do, because if you're watching me motion with my hands right now and I had a crossbow mounted right here, then just talking, that would be pointing all over the place if you articulate with your hands. You would need to just constantly have your arm pointed down at all times unless you're actively using it. And pretty much any motion backwards with your wrist would put your hand in line with the projectile. And even if it's housed neatly, just having the potential that just doing this might hurt you, that's not exactly ideal. So it's not safe for other people, not safe for you, and the big number two reason is it just doesn't make sense on a hand economy basis. You've got a crossbow mounted to your arm. That would require you either pushing a button in order to fire that projectile, in which case both your arms are now occupied, or like some sort of bar that you can hold, or a ring that goes over that you can pull down and it fires, but that still occupies this entire hand. It's supposed to be a hands-free weapon that allows you to do things with this hand, but it requires that hand to use. So it's not really convenient at all. Now, from a sci-fi perspective, some arm-mounted laser would make a bit more sense because they would have more inbuilt safety. And if you've got a little bit of cyberpunk stuff going on, then that could mount directly into your brain, and you could make it fire whenever you intentionally think that it should fire, which would both keep it safe and keep it hands-free. And I'm sure you could do similar with magic, but in real life, they're not really practical.